All right, Team Bloom, welcome to our team support call for whatever the date is today. Happy May. All right, so we're going to get right down to this. I know it's kind of echoey in here when I'm talking. I'm not at my house, I'm at someone else's. So I'm going to go ahead and just pass this over to Kayloha, and she's going to get us started. You guys, she is a personal trainer. She's been on this team for quite some time now, and I hope you all have notes because she is a teacher and she has knowledge, and you would be wise to take this in. So she's going to talk about whatever she feels like she's wherever she's going to go with this. But the bottom line is that coaching is fun, and she's going to remind us of that tonight. So go ahead, girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute myself.
All right. So, I've been coaching I signed up 2 years ago after Sue had been inviting me for about a year. And I either kept saying no or ignoring her messages. And so I'm proof, don't give up. And even when they ignore you, you're not bothering them, because I never got annoyed. I was just like, I don't want to tell her no again. I felt bad. So, and then about 2 years ago, I talked to my husband and said, I really feel like I need to do this. And like Sue said, I'm a personal trainer. So there was some swallowing some pride in there. I felt like I should know what to do and not need help and not need accountability and all that. So I just had to say, you know what, this is what I need to do. And then I decided, I was like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go all in and do the coaching too. Yeah. So that's a little bit about me. And so Sue asked me what I'm talking about. And for the most part, yeah, it's just about keeping the fun in coaching. And where I was kind of going with that is that I had kind of let myself I am definitely a perfectionist. I have diagnosed OCD, not just something I say to be funny. And so I am definitely one of those that I want to do everything perfectly. And if I can't do it perfectly, then I don't want to do it. And I had found myself over the last few months kind of feeling like maybe I shouldn't even worry about doing the coaching part, as much as I love Beachbody and believe in it as a company, and it's helped me lose 80 pounds and all that. Because I was feeling stressed about it. I was like, it wasn't fun for me anymore. And I realized that a big part of that is that I was focusing so much on, little disclaimer, I definitely believe in Success Club and having goals, and definitely, all the things we talk about, reaching for those rank advancements and all that stuff. But I was so focused on that I wasn't having fun doing the coaching. The whole reason I signed up for coaching was to help people, and I wasn't having fun with that anymore, and it was stressing me out. So as much as I believe in those things, that's definitely not where our focus should always be. And so I just have a few little tips for how I've kind of gotten my focus back to where it should be. And that's what I'm going to go through. I don't have all the cool slides that everyone does. I do most of my business off my phone. And the reason for that is, my point number one is to create an environment that you want to work in. So I set up this whole cool office space. I have this cute little desk, and I have my computer set up, and I put up this inspirational calendar, and I have my big whiteboard up, and these signs and everything. But I hate to work in there because it's in a room where there's no light. There's like one little window, and I can't, I hate to go in there. So the reason I end up working off my phone or my laptop most of the time is my living room is my happy place. It's my nice bright colors. It's a little beachy theme. I've got a big open window where there's light just pouring in on me. And so instead of forcing myself to go sit and work somewhere where I didn't want to work, I create an environment where I want to be. So that's important. Like, I know that might seem like something simple, but if you're in a place that's full of chaos, or there's piles of laundry around you, or you just feel overwhelmed and or it's dark or things like that, you're not necessarily going to want to do your job. You're not going to want to work. And So creating that fun environment where you want to be that's unique to you is important. And if that means like playing music, or I personally always have Friends or The Office on in the background because those are shows I've seen a million times. But they make me happy. So I create an environment where I'm like, this, you know what, if I had to go to an office, this is the office I'd want to work in. And that's kind of the joy of what we do, right? We get to create our own office space. So do that, create a fun environment to be in. The next thing I have a bunch of scribbled notes, sorry. So the trainings that we do, like this call or the National Wake Up Call or the different things on the Beachbody 411, you know, all those different things, right, are so important. But you need to not get so caught up in those that you're trying to run your business the way other people run their business. Because Sharon talked about, I think it's been about a month ago now, about kind of going through and writing everything down about who you are, and the person that you're reaching out to is going to be the person that's attracted to those things about you. So if I'm trying to do things, for instance, Sue and I are in completely different places in our life. I've been married for almost 20 years. She's a newlywed. My kids, I have one who's almost 13, one who's going to be 18 this month and graduating high school this month. And I have another son that I adopted who's only 12 years younger than me, but he's 30, and I have two grandkids. I cannot run my business and be doing the same kind of posts that Sue does, because we're two completely different people and we're in two completely different places in our life. So you have to think about that and not get lost in trying to do exactly what everyone else is doing. Because if you're doing that, you're losing who you are, and you're going to lose the joy and the fun of what you're doing. And again, that was something when I first started out, I was so nervous to just post my own things. I would copy and paste what other people were saying. And I didn't get much traction from it because people know me and they knew that wasn't my words. So now a lot of the feedback I get from people is thank you for being real and thank you for sharing your journey. And I just get out of the blue messages from people who are just thanking me for being who I am and sharing what I go through. And that's important. You need to stay real and true to yourself, or you're going to lose the joy of what you're doing. And so there's that. And part of that too is that you're going to feel more like you're a salesman than someone who's actually helping people if you're trying so hard to do what everyone else is doing. And so there's that balance, right, of trusting the process and doing the power hour, right, and doing those things that are proven techniques that work, but also taking those and making them your own to fit your own individual personality and your own individual lifestyle. Because if you're not doing that, then again, it's going to feel more like you're selling instead of helping. And that was the other thing I wanted to say too, is just to remember that and remind yourself of that. I love that our own CEO, Carl Deichler, always says that, is like, how many people have you helped this month? Not how many people have you sold a challenge pack to this month. It's really about your helping. And if you keep that mindset, I guarantee you're going to have more fun. And I, for a little while, so we are in the process of moving, and we're in the process of buying a house. And our house we're buying is not gonna, it's in a new development. So it's not gonna be built until November, December. So that also means that we're having to find somewhere to go to live for 6-7 months, which is probably gonna mean a trailer. So pray for my family. Pray my kids live through this and that I don't murder my young. But I started to get stressed, and my husband and I, the way we kind of laid out our life, because it's just what we wanted from day one, is he's always been our sole breadwinner. and I've always stayed home with our kids. And so the idea that we were going to have to buy a house and then we were ending up having to spend more money than we had planned and things like that, I'd kind of, again, I'd let my focus go more to the money part of things and gotten away from focusing on the helping part of things. So that was where my stress was coming in. And so I encourage you that if you ever find yourself in that place, or if you're in that place now, to focus on your why. Remember why you signed up as a coach. And if you've never really focused on that or thought about that or written out a why, then I encourage you to do that. It's something in my challenge group with my girls. I talk to them every month, sometimes multiple times a month, that it's if your weight loss, for instance, if you focus on your weight loss just to get abs and look a certain way and see a certain number on the scale, you might lose the weight, but you're probably not going to keep it off. You need to dig deeper and find a why that has more meaning and is going to be more lasting than that. And I feel like it's the same thing with your coaching business, that if you don't have a deeper why than just you're trying to make money, then you're not going to last, you're going to burn out, and you're probably not going to have fun doing what you're doing. And on top of that, when you're sending out those invites, you're probably going to get more no's because people are going to feel the difference in those invites. You're going to seem more desperate, or you're going to seem more salesy and not like you really care about them and who they are. So I just encourage you to maybe think about that and write out somewhere where you can see it, what your why is. Next, I drank Energize right before this, so if I'm talking fast, I'm sorry. I haven't worked out yet, so I was like, I'm going to drink my Energize, so I go right to my workout after this. So next, you need to believe that you do deserve the success. So while we're focusing on helping people, the fact is Beachbody does pay nicely, and something I've had to overcome is that feeling of that I don't deserve to have nice things, and that I don't necessarily deserve to be successful that way. And so you need to believe that about yourself. And really, again, how can you help other people if you don't believe it for yourself? So believe you deserve the success, but also believe that you as an individual have something valuable to offer people. It's not just the Beachbody product that's valuable, but you as a coach. You have specific experiences in your life, specific outlooks, and things that are valuable to other people, and that only you can offer them. Not everyone, for me, like I know the fact that I am a personal trainer is something unique I have to offer, but the fact that I've battled and overcome depression and anxiety, and that I've recently, in the last 2 years, had 2 deaths in my family, with losing my dad and my brother, and things like that are unique things that I have to offer to help people. And we each have life experiences that only we can help people through different things in their lives. So you need to, that goes back to being authentic and being real to who you are. That's why we can have so many coaches and still be successful in this business. And why it's important to not be offended if someone says no to you, but then maybe you see them later on signed up with another coach, because maybe you're not the right fit for them. I've had other coaches before Sue offer and want me to sign up to do Beachbody with them, and it just didn't click. It wasn't, I knew they weren't the right people, but something with Sue. I love her family. I've known them forever and stuff. And it just, that was the right fit. That was the right time in my life and all of that. So, so just know though that, you have something valuable to offer wherever you're at in your life. And, anyway, next, I can't read my writing. Oh, so really work on picturing too, where you want to be in this business, and then go for it. So when we realized we were going to buy a house and not keep renting anymore, it's funny because my husband and I have been talking for the last year that we were going to buy. But you know what? with some of the faults my landlord has, he hasn't raised our rent in over a year. I mean, in 7 years, he's never raised our rent. So it got kind of comfortable. Like, yeah, there's all this stuff wrong with the house, but you know, we can just make this work. And as we were looking at houses, we even put an offer in on a house, and I totally cried when it wasn't accepted and they took someone else's offer. And I felt like it was because it was too nice of a house and I was wishing for too much. And funny, it's actually that it wasn't the house I really wanted. And my husband asked me, he was like, what do you really want? And when I just put it out there and finally spoke what I wanted, funny, we found like the house we wanted. And it's everything I want, and it's everything my husband wants. And I feel like that translates to this, that you need to really picture what you want, where you want to be. Don't worry about other girls on the team and what their goals are, because that might not be the same as what yours are. And be willing to really like speak that out though, and not settle. And our words are powerful, you know, and then go for it. So yeah, and I think when you do that, you're going to enjoy the process more of getting there. So I was stressed and hating our house hunting, but part of that was we kept looking at houses that I absolutely hated and weren't what I wanted. And once I actually said, this is what I want, and we were able to tell our real estate agent that, funny, I was having fun looking at houses that I liked. So if you actually put it out there, what you want from this business and what you want that to look like and what kind of people you want to be helping and that kind of thing, I think you're going to enjoy the process of getting there more. Next, be willing to take breaks from coaching though. So I was getting bad about being available 24/7 to my girls. And if they sent me a message, I was like, oh, I need to respond and help them right away. It's okay to take a day off. It's okay to just have a time of night that you're like, I'm just not responding to messages anymore. And be willing to take those breaks, because you are going to burn out. And especially as your team grows, like I can't imagine, I don't know how many girls you have, Sue, in your challenge groups, but if
She'll be back. Just give it a minute. She'll be back. Hope y'all are taking notes. I'm gonna message her. I see you. I think you just have to maybe log out and log back in. It's all good. Don't panic. We'll wait. Yeah, she's logging out. What she's saying is super true, you guys, especially about the managing your time, not being available 24/7. I think for the first 2 years of my business, I made that mistake. I was available all the time. And now, nope. And it makes coaching a lot more fun when you're not always on your phone. Yeah, Rochelle, you need to implement it more. And I think the thing too is recognizing the fact that, yeah, if you work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, some coaches say that's how they built their business super duper fast. But I tend to think that we do better. I think we're designed to have a day of rest, like literally a day of rest. So I honestly normally even stay off social media 1 day a week. And I think that it's completely, you're able to build your business by doing that. Sunday's your rest day? Yeah, I try to take Sunday as my rest day too. And ever since I started coaching, I always take off 2 weeks during the summer. And both of those weeks that are separate, I don't have any internet. I have no social media. So that means before I go on that vacation, I hit Success Club 10 every single time, non-negotiable. So it's definitely possible. There she is. All right, go ahead.
All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Okay. I was almost done too. I had to go to my phone. My internet just all of a sudden went down, which never happens either. But all right. Um, okay. So the last thing I wanted to say was just well, two last things. So just make sure again that you're doing things in a way that are true to yourself and that you're having fun with it. My daughter, for instance, I make my kids work out with me because we homeschool, so that's their PE. And she was not having fun doing 80-day obsession. And I was like, you know, you don't have to do this with me. You can do, I know she loves Core de Force. And I was like, do something that's fun to you. So make your business fun. Decide to make it fun. Make it things you're going to enjoy doing. So like with my challenge groups, I have the most fun when I make it a competition and when I'm giving out prizes and stuff, because that's me and that's my personality and that's what I love doing. And that's what motivates me. And I just love giving presents. So decide to do things that you're going to really have fun and enjoy. I mean, there's, of course, it's a job and there's parts of it that aren't fun. To me, inviting is not fun. And I don't know that it's fun to anyone, but if you make it more of a way of connecting with people, and again, that outlook of helping, then it can be a little bit more fun. But make sure you're doing parts of it that you're going to really enjoy. So, and then don't wait till you're at your goals to be happy. And you have to really trust the process and enjoy the process. If you wait till you're that 15-star diamond, making, you know, enough money to quit and retire your husband and, you know, all this stuff that you maybe really want to do, you're probably just never going to be happy. So you need to find a way to really enjoy the process of getting there, and set small goals for yourself that you're really going to be able to reach more quickly. It's funny how much that lines up with our weight loss and stuff, right? It's the same thing. If you have 200 pounds to lose and you're going to wait till you're at that 200-pound goal to be happy, you're never going to be happy. And so you need to set little mile markers along the way to celebrate and be happy, and then be willing to celebrate yourself, be willing to be proud of yourself, be willing to take some of whatever paycheck you get, even if it's just you're only getting $30 a week right now. Take a little bit of that and do something for yourself. Go get a cup of coffee or get a pedicure, or, you know, like Sue does the lashes, you know, things like that, to have fun with it and enjoy yourself. So, and then lastly, just trust the process. It takes time, but as you do it, it's going to work, and believe that it's going to work, and you're going to get there. You're going to get to where you want to be. That's all I have.
So good. Thank you very much for sharing. You guys, it might have seemed like, I love that you didn't have slides, because everything you were saying was so like basic, but it's like things that we forget. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, even when you were talking, like I thought of specific ways in my own business where I've kind of like just been going through the motions, and it's like the type of thing where, yeah, you can send out 100 invites a day and you're not hitting Success Club. But if you really look at the heart behind the message, if you're not passionate about it and excited about it, might as well have sent out 0 invites. Like, right. It's better to send out fewer when you're having fun, right? Yeah. It's so good. Thank you very much for leading that call. Yeah. There's something else I was going to say about that. Oh, I also just want to encourage you guys, like she was saying, that it's worth it. That it's worth it, right? And so I've been in this business for 3 years. I'm not even an elite coach, and I can tell you for a fact that my daily activities now are very different than when I had first started coaching. So no matter what, I have my power hour, no matter what. Like those vital behaviors, you always stay in phase 1 is what they refer to it as. So I always do my power hour, but my daily activities now are so much fun. It involves like making recognition boards for my giant team and for talking to you guys and all of these fun things that I wouldn't have if I didn't do some of the crappier stuff at the beginning. So I just want to encourage you, number 1, it does get more fun, and you can still have fun even in phase 1, right? Like the beginning of your business actually can be the most fun because you get to create your team. You get to create what kind of a vibe you want to put out. Like nobody gets to determine that for you. And I think that there's something super empowering about that. And when I see my coaches like find their voice and own it and start recreating, it makes me so excited. So stick with it and good things are coming. That was such a good call. Okay, I'm going to hit end record and then we'll go over any questions, okay?